Good morning, dear students. We are discussing about natural resources, and in the last lecture we were talking about the water resources. Today we'll talk about some water conservation techniques. Uh, the one of such techniques is rainwater harvesting. So I'll be discussing some technical aspects of rainwater harvesting today. So let's start our today's lecture. Rainwater harvesting technology is used to conserve rainwater by collecting, storing, conveying, and purifying a runoff rainwater. There are several advantages of implementing the rainwater harvesting technology. The few advantages could be summarized as that it can help in reducing the water bills because the rainwater harvesting technology is very simple and cost effective compared to the uh, other techniques of uh, water withdrawal from the groundwater aquifers. The another advantage of rainwater harvesting could be that it can provide ecological benefits such as recharge of groundwater aquifers, uh, controlling soil erosion, helping in maintaining a good green cover on the land surface, uh, etc. It also help in reducing the erosion of soil, and it can also control the flooded conditions around the buildings and cities. It's a suitable way for the irrigation purpose. The harvested rainwater can be used for irrigation. It can also help in reducing the stress on the groundwater because we know that uh, groundwater is largely used for domestic and irrigation purposes, uh, even for the industrial purposes. So, year by year, our groundwater uh, volume is shrinking down. So, if we can meet out some of the demands using the harvested rainwater, then it will definitely help in reducing the stress on our groundwater resources. The rainwater harvesting is essential because now the surface water is not sufficient to meet out our demands, and we have to depend on the groundwater. The groundwater aquifers are under big stress because of their over exploitation. So, the recharging of groundwater with artificial methods such as rainwater harvesting has now become uh, very important. Due to rapid urbanization, the infiltration of the rainwater into subsoil has now decreased, and because of that, the recharging of groundwater has diminished down. So, the recharging of groundwater using these rainwater harvesting techniques is on high demand nowadays. Uh, the objectives of the rainwater harvesting can be summarized up as first, to reduce the runoff loss, second, to avoid the flooding conditions, especially in the urban and semi urban areas where most of the land is concrete land, and during rainy season, water flows over the concrete land, causing flooded conditions in the cities and towns. So, harvesting that water will definitely help in avoiding these flooded conditions. The another objective could be to meet the increasing demand of water because this harvested water can be used in the houses for different purposes such as uh, cleaning cleaning the uh, cleaning the utensils, and it can also be used for the toilet flush, even for the bathing and washing the clothes. So for different purposes we can use this rainwater after filtering it out. Another objective could be to raise the water table by recharging groundwater, and also to reduce the groundwater contamination. because if the groundwater resources will be fully recharged, then the contaminants which we have already added to our groundwater, those contaminants will get diluted, and it will thus help in reducing the adverse effect of those pollutants. The another objective could be to supplement groundwater supplies during the lean season, especially during the summer season. And the next objective could be to prevent soil erosion and flooding, especially in the urban areas. So now we'll talk about some major techniques of rainwater harvesting. The rainwater harvesting techniques can be categorized as surface runoff harvesting as well as groundwater recharge. So surface runoff harvesting is most suitable in the urban areas because in such areas the surface runoff is available uh, in large amount. The surface runoff water is stored by diverting the flow of small creeks and streams into the reservoirs. The stored water can thus be used for either irrigation or for cattle use and also for general use in the houses. So the water that flows over the land surface, harvesting that water is known as surface runoff harvesting. The another technique of rainwater harvesting is groundwater recharge. The groundwater recharge technique is a hydrologic process where uh, the rainwater moves downward from surface land surface to the groundwater. The recharged water then enters in an aquifer uh, beneath the land surface, and it stays there as groundwater. The groundwater can be artificially recharged during rainwater harvesting structures. There are different type of structures which can be used for recharging of the groundwater. The type of structure which is selected for any particular location, uh, that is based on the topography of that area, the uh, amount of water available, the type of soil, texture of soil, availability of permeable layer of the soil beneath the ground. So all these factors will decide that which particular structures would be installed for harvesting the rainwater and recharging the groundwater aquifers using that harvested water. So there are so many things which are taken into consideration while selecting the structure of a rainwater harvesting technology. So now I would discuss about some traditional rainwater harvesting structures. The rainwater harvesting is not being practiced very recently. It has been practicing since long back, especially in India. The some of the traditional rainwater harvesting structures I am going to discuss through these slides. The first structure is known as kattas, which are actually temporary check dams, and madakas, which are earthen tanks, and they are used in Karnataka and Kerala states. This picture shows the structure of a kattas, where uh, the check dams are built across the streams and uh, rivulets. These are used to be a common sight in the districts of Kerala and Karnataka till 2 decades ago. And these traditional structures are constructed every year to conserve water for the summer irrigation. The kattas are built using the kacha stones and locally available wood. And interestingly, this is the only useful water conservation method that can be implemented even after the monsoon ends. Uh, so, this is the picture of kattas. Now, the second traditional rainwater harvesting method is known as ahar pine, which is indigenous uh, system that was developed in south of Bihar. And ahar is a rectangular embankment type water harvesting structure, which can be seen through this image also. That is, the catchment basin embanked on the three sides. The fourth side of this structure is the natural gradient of the land itself. So you can see uh, through this picture. This is image of ahar pine system. The water supply for an ahar comes either from the natural drainage after rainfall or through pines where necessary diversion works are carried out. The ahar pine system of indigenous irrigation is historically the most important source of irrigation in South Bihar. And even today, it provides a very good example of participatory irrigation management in Bihar. So that is one of the traditional rainwater harvesting method which is used in Bihar. The next traditional method is Kul diversion channels for irrigation purposes. The Kuls are actually water channels that are found in precipitous mountain areas, the areas where rainfall is very heavy rainfall occurs every year. And these channels carry water from the glaciers to the villages in the Spiti Valley of Himachal Pradesh. The Kul channels could be as long as 10 meters in length. The crucial portion of a kul is its head at the glacier, which is to be tapped because the head must be kept free of the debris. So, whenever the head of the kul is constructed, it is lined with the stones to prevent the clogging or the blockage as well as the seepage. So, in the village, the kul leads to a circular tank from which the flow of water can be regulated. Uh, so, the kul is the structure which starts from the glacier. It captures the glacier water from its head and through a long channel that water from the glacier, melted glacier, is taken to the village area where a big earthen tank is built, and that water is stored in that tank. And later, the villagers use that water for irrigation purpose. So these are some of the pictures of Kul system of water harvesting. On the right side, you can see the head of a Kul system, which is lined by the stones. And on the left side, you can see a pond of a Kul system, which is built near the village. The water is taken from the glaciers through this head system, and it is then stored in the earthen pond or tank in the village. So that is practiced in Himachal Pradesh state of India. Another traditional method is by constructing suranga system or surangas of for rainwater harvesting in Kerala. In suranga, uh, a long tunnel is constructed by excavation of laterite hills until a good amount of water is struck. The water seeps out of the rock and flows out of the tunnel like a narrow stream. It is then collected in a reservoir that is made up of mud, and it is this reservoir is also known as Madaka. We have also discussed about Madaka in the previous slides. So that Madaka is situated just outside of the Suranga. So Suranga is a kind of channel which captures water uh, and passes it on to a tank that is made up of mud, and this tank is known as Madaka. So you can see through these pictures that the farmer is excav- excavating the soil and making the suranga on the right hand side, and on the left hand side image you can see that suranga is leading to the madaka. The water from suranga is coming to the madaka or the pond or the tank, and it is being stored here. So this is another traditional system of harvesting the water in Kerala. The next system is Tanka system, which is constructed and used in uh, the Thar areas of Rajasthan. And the Tankas are also known as uh, kunds. It's a traditional rainwater harvesting technique which is common to the Thar desert region of Rajasthan. It is meant to provide drinking water for and water security for a family or a small group of families. A tanka is composed of a covered underground impermeable cistern on the shallow ground of the for the collection of rainwater. The cistern is generally constructed out of stone or brick masonry or even the concrete with the cement plaster. The rainwater or the surface runoff from the rooftop uh, or artificially prepared catchments flow in the tank through the filtered inlets in the wall of the pit. So, this is the image which represents a tanker system in the Rajasthan region. The water is collected through the concrete portion, and it is then first filtered out, then it's stored in a concrete tank that is known as tanka. So that is commonly found in the Rajasthan region where there is less rainfall uh, seen every year. So these were some of the traditional methods or techniques of rainwater harvesting. Now we'll discuss about the rooftop rainwater harvesting structures. The rooftop rainwater harvesting structure means capturing the rainwater at the roofs of the houses and taking it to ground, and after filtering it storing it in a tank, and then this water can be used either for domestic purposes. It can also be used for agriculture or horticulture purposes. Even the excess water can also be used for recharging the groundwater. So the components of a rooftop rainwater harvesting includes a catchment area, which is generally the roof of the house, the area that will catch the rainwater. So the roof of the house is the catchment area. Then this water is then taken to the ground with the help of some conduits or the pipes, and these pipes are called gutters. The By the gravity flow, this water will be taken from the roof to uh, the bottom, and this water will then be stored in a storage tank after filtration. So you can see that the water is being taken from the roof to a storage tank, and before entering to the storage tank, this water gets filtered out. uh, the different structures can be used for filtering the water. For using filtration by the natural products, we can use pebbles, gravels, and sands filled in a tank, and water can be drained on this tank. The All the suspended sediments present in the water will get settled on the top surface of the tank, where we have sand which is very fine in size, so it can retain all the suspended particles including dust, dirt from the water. Then purified water will move down and it can then be stored in a storage tank. From there, it can be used for various purposes. In a rooftop harvesting system, there is an arrangement of first flush. So, whenever the first rain of a season occurs, the water of that first rain is usually not stored because it might contain uh, some amount of acids by dissolving the polluted gases into the rainwater. So it is advisable that first rain of the season should not be stored. So it should be flushed out. So an arrangement of first flush is also made in the rooftop harvesting system. So that is how the rainwater from a rooftop can be captured, stored, and used for different purposes. So that was all about the rainwater harvesting. In the next lecture, we'll talk about some more important topics. So it was all about today. Thank you so much.